show with guests behind you. I feel like I'm on the Starship Enterprise. In the front, here we go. I'm Captain Kirk. Captain Kirk. Oh, shit. What's going on, guys? Listen, thank you for joining us today. We're back at the Comedy Store. This is amazing. This club is a legendary club. These guys all know. Anybody who's a comedy fan knows the Comedy Store is amazing. We're going to have a good time tonight. This is Maz in the house. I've been doing this from my house, and this is the first time I'm back at the club since March 12th. Kaylin, can you show that picture of the lineup from March 12th? They actually still have it there. Can you, there you go. Look at that. Who's on at 9:30? Maz Jobrani, March 12th. And then the whole world, the shit hit the fan. And I couldn't do, and I've been doing shows from my house. This is the first time I'm out of my house. What the hell? Listen, guys, real quickly, I'll catch you up on a couple things, and then we're going to get going. We're going to have a good time. We're going to cover some news. We're going to catch up with these guys, and then we're going to take your questions and give you some advice. So you guys ready for a good show? Let's hear you. Let's hear you, the 10 people we've unmuted. Yes, I'm loving this. So for those of you who don't know me, I mean, you know me, but you know what I'm saying. Like, you don't know what I've been up to. This week, been dad. I've been dad. I've taken my kids. You know, my wife is Indian, as a lot of you know this. I'm Iranian. So what happened? What the hell was that? Are we having technical difficulties? Sorry about that. Who knew? Technical difficulties. This shit's still being worked out. It's like the government's respond to the coronavirus. We don't know what we're doing.
Hey, yo.
Oh, go. Wear a mask. Don't wear a mask. Who knows? Hey, listen. So this week I took my kids. My wife's Indian. I'm Iranian. Took the kids. We went to tennis. Then we went to surfing. And then we did golf today. All white people sports. I'm trying. Yeah. Listen, I'm trying to blend in as much as I can. The kids are really tan. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to keep. My question to you is, if my Indian kids become professional golfers, can we call them Bengali Tiger Woods? Oh! Bengali Tiger. Listen, don't worry about it. Here's the thing. I wanted to play a clip. So I was going through my phone. I have the last time I performed at the Comedy Store was March 12th. As I told you, I have a recording from that show. I just want to play it for you, just to show you the mindset I was in. This was March 12th, Comedy Store. There was an audience here. Now we have no audience. My only audience are these two guys. Look at this. There's only 3 of us. And then you guys at home. What the hell happened? So,
yeah, you have an audience.
I know. I love you. Are you kidding me? You're my favorite people in the world. You actually listen to me. Not like my wife and kids. Listen, I'm not making this up. I swear to God, this is true. I offered my wife tonight. I said, I got a free link to the show. You want it? She goes, no, thanks.
Dude, I did an outdoor show the other day. I took my girl with me, and she didn't even come to the show. She stayed in the. We got a hotel room. She stayed in the room.
Erik Griffin taking his girl to a free show.
Yeah.
She says, you go do the show. I'll stay in the hotel room.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, let's real quickly. I just want you to hear what I was saying on March 12th in front of an audience. We have a guy who plays the piano. His name's Jeff Scott. He's not here tonight. No, there's nobody else here. There's only Mike Schmidt, who was our tech guy. He left. There's only 3 of us in this room. Capacity in this room is 300 people. We have 3. Hey,
You each weigh 100 pounds then.
I love it. I love how you think. Kaylin, let's play that clip from when I did the show. Go ahead.
Come on, be a senor. Everybody, here we go. Just a side. Be a senor. Be a senor. Vanessa, be a senor. That's Jeff Scott. As we say, Jeff Scott and Coffee Senor. Are we supposed to be here? Is this allowed? Wasn't there a law? What the fuck's going on? What the fuck's wrong with you people? Shit! Shit! I don't know. I was watching the news and I was watching, Chris Cuomo. You know the guy Chris Cuomo, CNN, and he was like, yeah, he's like da 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 da, and and there's not enough tests for coronavirus, and he's like, I got a flu, but he goes, I think it's a flu. Yeah, and then he goes, but it might be coronavirus, but I don't know because there's not enough tests. And as soon as he said that, I was like, I think I feel some shit in my throat. I was like, I might have it.
Did you hear what I just said? Can you guys hear me? Am I back?
Yes,
Yeah.
you're back.
Oh, there's no video, Zoe. There's no video. So what happens, Zoe, is when I perform, the guys do this too. We record our sets on our phones just to hear it, right? And at the time, I was actually getting ready to do a show on the Late Late Show with James Corden. And so I was trying to get the set together. And that day, they said comedy clubs and all these places in California can only have, they said any venue can only have 50 people in it at a time. So they took this room that seats 300, they brought it down to 50 people. I went up, I did the whole riff, the piano player played. I usually go up with all that energy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then I did a joke because I just seen Chris Cuomo say that he had a flu. And I was like, I don't think it's the coronavirus. But when I hear him say he's got it, I feel like I got it. So I'm like, I think. And then the guy got it. Did you see? He got it. That was before he got it. Shit. What is going on? I don't know, guys. And this is, I mean, it's been the longest. It's been this 2020. I think, listen, I'm 48 years old. By the way, I dyed the beard today. What do you think? I always get a little nervous when I dye it because it says to keep it in there for 5 minutes. And the only reason I dyed it was because I'm auditioning. I have an audition tomorrow, Monday, for a guy in his 30s. They never make shows about guys in their 40s anymore. It's always 30s. I don't know. Listen, it's sad. Yeah, in Hollywood, you hit 40, forget it. Get the fuck out of here. Listen, here's the thing, though. What I was saying was, what was I saying? The Comedy Store.
Guy caught your virus.
Oh yeah, the virus thing. That was Chris Cuomo got the thing. So the guy, Gomert, Congressman Gomert. Did you see this guy? First of all, the guy's from Texas, Congressman Gomert. He caught the virus. Congressman Gomert. It sounds like Gomer, like Gomer Pyle.
Right.
This guy's an idiot because then he was on the thing. He's one of those, I don't want to wear a mask. And then he caught it. He's like, I think I wore a mask and I think the mask gave it to me. What are you talking about? What kind of bullshit is that? It's like, I got wet because I had an umbrella. If I didn't have the umbrella, the car wouldn't have splashed me. It's bullshit. Listen, guys, all I got to say is Comedy Store, legendary place. I became a regular here in 1999. A lot of you who know me from Access to Evil Comedy Tour, that started here with Mitzi Shore, put us together, called it the Arabian Nights. She called it the Arabian Nights. And any Iranians who are on this, you know what I'm talking about. Iranians would come up to me after the show. Maz, really like the show, but you know, Iranians were not Arab. We are white. I was like, all right, take it easy, Persian dude. Anyway, we changed the name, became Access of Evil.
That's true.
Mitzi, when she made me a regular, by the way, Mitzi used to sit, there's a chair back there in the corner, right where you go, right where her name is. You see Mitzi Shore? Can you see it? Hold on. There you go. You see it says Mitzi, there's Pauly Shore, Mitzi Shore.
Oh.
Mitzi Shore, legendary founder of the club. She used to sit back there. You would perform on the stage, and the whole time you'd be sitting there, you'd be like, oh my God, I hope when I walk past her, she grabs my arm. I just want her to please just bring me. And I swear to God, she grabbed my arm. I did my show. She grabbed my arm and she goes, you're very funny. I go, thank you, Mitzi. She goes, I'm going to make you a regular. I go, thank you, Mitzi. And then she goes, have you ever thought about wearing the outfit? And I go, what outfit? She goes, you know, the hat and the gown.
Oh.
She wanted me to wear a turban and a dishdasha on stage. Yeah, she wanted me to be the Ayatollah of comedy. Shit. Anyway, I finagled my way out of there. You know what I did? There was an Iranian guy in LA who'd been impersonating the Ayatollahs, and some of the protests, some guys like pro-regime people showed up at one of these things. They threw a rock and they blinded the guy. So I called up Mitzi and I said, listen, I'll wear the turban, but if I do, they might come after me. They might come after the club. And so then her assistant called me back 5 minutes later. They're like, wear whatever you want. Just be comfortable. So no turban.
No.
Wow.
All right. So with that said, oh, I love this guy. Donald J. Trump is here. Thank you, Donald, for joining us. If you look at the comments, Donald J. Trump is one of my favorite audience. I love all of you, but Donald J. Trump says some great stuff, and he'll be here with us tonight. This has been a lot of fun that you guys are here with us. So with that said, let's go ahead. You ready for me to introduce my sidekick and our guest. But let's start with the sidekick. Kaylin, let's show him the new thing we have. It's tea time. Show tea time. You get it? Tea time. This man, I like to say, born in the capital of America, is named after the capital of Iran. Give it up for Tehran.
Tehran is in the building. Tehran is in the building. What's up, everybody?
Where's Karaj?
Yeah, Tehran. I like tea time. Tea time, I know Middle Eastern favorite pastime is tea. Even though it's really hot in the Middle East, you would think they would have come up with Gatorade, but no, tea. Tea is what they decided to come out with. Doesn't even make sense.
Tehran, I don't know why Persians love tea so much and Middle Easterners love tea so much, but let me ask you a question. Have you been watching Indian matchmaking on Netflix? You watch that show?
No, I have not watched that show.
Watching it, Erik?
Oh my God!
Okay,
I love it.
So we're gonna wait. We're gonna hold off on the Indian matchmaking talk till I bring on Erik, so we can all get into it.
I need to hear about the show. I've heard so much.
Tehran, you explain to the viewers right now what tea is used for when an Iranian family goes for khastagari or when they go to get a bride. How does the tea work?
Here's the concept of tea. In different communities, you have different problems. In the Iranian community, like for example, we know in socioeconomically disenfranchised places or urban areas, we have a crack problem or a drug problem. In Iranian families, there's a tea problem. We go to people's houses on a mehmuni every single week. And then when it's time to leave, which is a reasonable time around 11, they say we put on tea. The parents get all antsy like, oh, tea, we have tea. And they stay. And the next thing you know, it is 6 a.m. and we have school Monday morning. So tea has always been a thing. Now, they use tea in a variety of ways. Tea is used as medicine. Tea is used, like if you break your arm, tea. If you're sick, tea. If you have the flu, tea. HIV positive, no problem, tea. They throw tea at everything. In fact, that's why there's such rampant corona in Iran, because they tried to use tea for the first time. What, too soon? The concept of tea is that it's a bribe. The bribe is you go to a khastagari. Now, if you don't know,
explain the whole thing.
Khastagari.
For the non-Persians on this, this is all about like matchmaking, right? When you go ahead.
See, in American culture, it's called love, right? It's like when you want to marry someone, it's very easy. You get on a knee and you ask them to marry you, and they're pretty much going to say yes. And we're shocked when someone says no. However, in the Iranian community, it's the exact opposite. No one says yes, and they always say no. And you have to go through a process called khastagari, which feels like it sounds khastagari, like you're dying, because you have to take all these things. You have to take cookies, you have to take flowers, you have to take your bank statement.
I'm sorry, I keep interrupting, but you don't go.
Your family goes, which makes it even worse. You're right. Your family goes. So it's your mother, it's your father, it's your brothers and sisters, it's everyone, it's your aunts and uncles, and they go, and then they talk to their parents, and you're not really involved. And basically, you kind of maybe have seen this person, but sometimes if they're wearing chador, you don't even know what they really look like. You're just hoping for the best, and you're going for it. Now, the way you make tea is indicative of who you are as a person. Your tea, are you a porang person, which is like the deep dark tea? Are you a kamrang person, which is the light tea? Like if you're a deep dark tea, you're like a strong, passionate, aggressive soul. If you like light tea, either you're feminine, either you're gay, or possibly you are both. So that's the concept. You have to be made aware of the different colors.
And Tehran, to piggyback on all this, the concept is the male family goes there, and the girl that you're there to match make with your kid is the one who's supposed to bring the tea. And when she brings the tea, that's when the groom gets to like check her out. Be like,
gets to see.
Look at that.
Look at that tea. If the tea's good, you know it's all good. That's how that works. If the tea's good, you know it's all good. But if the tea's bad, then it's all bad. So small things are indicative of larger things. And in the Iranian community and the Middle Eastern community in general, tea is indicative of who you are as a person.
And they will I've actually seen like, they'll be like, so like the groom's family's on this side, the bride's family's on this side. And at one point, you're visiting the bride's house. So like the bride's father or mother might be like, hey, Mitra, go bring some tea. And that's when she's got to go there. And if the mom really wants to, console her, or I should say collaborate or whatever, she goes in the kitchen with her and she'll be like, what do you think of him so far? I don't know, Mom. He seems very, he smells a little bit. That's okay. You get some deodorant. I don't know, Mom. Tehran, let's play it out. You're the
Okay,
girl.
I'm the girl. I'll be the girl.
mom.
You're the
You
mom.
ready?
Okay.
Ready? Okay.
Mom,
Mitrojun, what do you think of Hamid?
Mom, first of all, I don't like the name Hamid.
Hamid is okay. You can call him Hambo. You can call him Hami. You can call him.
I thought we weren't even supposed to eat ham. Why do we have ham? Hamid? Wait, it's not good. It's not halal.
Mitrojun, his father owns a store and he's going to be taking it over.
Oh, store? Okay, maybe I like the store. But you know what's ugly? His ugly feet. He taking his shoes off to come inside the house. He didn't want to take them off. And then when he did, I know why.
Mitrojun, I have been married to your father for 30 years. That's why I always give him socks. I never see his goddamn feet.
Socks.
You buy socks, you're going to be okay.
But Mama, socks sucks.
Someone said Ma's mic is off. Is my mic off? Is my mic off?
No, it's just low.
Is it low?
Is my mic low?
Oh.
Mike, where's
Maman,
Mike?
please
Is
turn up your
Mike?
mic.
Oh shit! Sorry guys. Hold on.
Oh, we need the mic.
Can you hold on? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Now it's become a cell phone commercial.
Oh, I just got to go closer. Yeah. Mitrojun, just marry the goddamn guy.
But Maman, what about Babak? Babak is better looking. Babak has better hair. Hamid doesn't even have hair.
Babak is a loser. His family does not own a store. Okay, Babak wants to be a comedian. This is bullshit.
Yeah, but he's so funny and charming and beautiful.
Okay, forget it. I'm gonna kick them out. Bring the tea, goddammit.
Here's the tea. Oh, I spilled it on Hamid's face. And that's why they like tea.
And that's why they like tea. Ladies and gentlemen, tea time with Tehran. He's here. By the way, I want to let you know, this is what I'm seeing here. I'm looking out. Can you see out there? Yes. Caitlin, can you show them my vision, my view of what I'm seeing?
Tilt it up some more. Tilt it down.
Can you see it? Tilt it down. Can you see it?
Yeah, like that. There you go.
I'm seeing Sunset Strip. The people are walking by the sunset. They put us in front of the mirror, the window at the Sunset Strip. There's a lot of people. Hi, how are you? There's a girl out there. How you doing? Guys, I've not seen this many shirtless people walk by. Everyone, I think, there's a lot of out of work actors that keep jogging up and down Sunset Strip. You know what I'm saying? I swear to God, they're all looking great. Like I would cast them in a commercial in 5 minutes, but there's no commercials. So anyway, out of work actors. What are you gonna do? Okay, so without further ado, let's bring on, now here's your logo. Ready, Erik?
Okay.
Guest who's not coming to dinner. You get it? Guest who's not coming to dinner. Caitlin, show them the can you highlight that one, Caitlin? Hey, there you go. It's empty. It's empty. No one, because no one can come to dinner, God damn it. If they come to dinner, they got to stay 6 feet apart. This guy, you know him from Workaholics. He's one of my favorite people. He is a friend of mine. We've traveled all over the world together. Give it up for Erik Griffin. Erik Griffin.
Oh, wait, we're muted. Oh, wait.
Oh, wait.
No.
But no, now it's supposed to be muted.
Where the hell? Mike, where are you?
Yeah,
guys, the Comedy Store.
Is this on? Can you hear me?
The Comedy Store has one show going on, and they've got one tech guy, and he left.
Yeah, there's no
Mike
tech guy
left.
here. My mic.
Oh, there's Mike.
Apparently, he got the virus.
Is my mic even working?
Mike, he went. Sound issues.
The poor guy went to get us tea, bro. The poor guy went to get us tea.
Is my mic even on now? Can you hear me?
Yes.
These two guys, these poor guys, they came to get a drink. I'm sorry to interrupt. They're blasting our show out at them. Hi, guys. There you go. She's there. What's up? You got one way.
Sorry to interrupt. They don't have anything better to do. You better listen, clap, and
laugh. Is
that
Nick Kroll's?
Okay.
Is that Nick Kroll's doppelganger?
Nick Kroll's doppelganger. Hilarious. Here's my doppelganger, bald guy. How are you, sir? Welcome. Look at this bald guy right here. He's confused. Look, he doesn't know where the sound's coming from. Look, that looks like my cousin. Look at that bald guy right there. You see him? What's going on? Where you going?
Tilt it up. Tilt it up.
Hey, bald man.
Hey,
what's up? How you doing, bro? What's up? Yo,
tilt it up, Moss. Tilt it up.
Can you guys see it?
There we go.
There we go. Wave at the world. We have 4 people. We have 4 people watching this. All right. So, Erik, how you been, brother?
I'm good. I'm just like how everybody else is. It's just you have good days, you have bad days.
Erik Griffin and I met. First of all, before I go any further, guys, tonight, a portion of the proceeds are going to go to Mary's List. Caitlin, could you put up maryslist.org? It's just maryslist.org. Mary is this amazing human being.
But it's Mary with an I. Let's remind
M-I-R-Y, MarysList.org. I want you guys, if you can, I know you guys paid $10 for the tickets. If you can, give $1, give $5, whatever. I'm going to give a portion of the proceeds to Mary's List. But Mary is this American lady who has kids, and she started helping refugees from all over the world, like from Central America, from the Middle East, from wherever you can imagine, help them resettle in America. And right now, it's harder than ever for them. So if you give $1, give $5, give $10, whatever you can, MarysList.org, please do with that. Erik Griffin and I met. Erik, I don't know if you remember this. Erik Griffin and I, when I started doing stand-up comedy, I think her microphone is a little too loud. FY. Whose microphone? Oh, okay, MarysList.org. Well, I don't know. Rafael Macho. Oh, I thought that was Ralph Macchio. I was like, shit, Ralph Macchio.
The Karate Kid. The Karate Kid is
a fan.
Yeah.
Dude, you don't even know.
Yeah,
Doing
times
the
are really
crank
tough. He's
So
just like,
Erik-
I need something to do tonight.
Erik, do you remember this? You and I met back when I first started doing stand-up. The first time I ever got paid to do stand-up, we were doing stand-up at a strip club in Los Angeles, in West Los Angeles. It was called Treasure Island.
This
No, it
sounds
was
like
like-
a
you
made-up
remember-
story. Like you guys were just at
Do
the
you
strip
remember?
club.
Do you remember the guy? What was his name?
Bobby Pollock was his name.
Bobby Pollock. Bobby Pollock would have a show anywhere. He would convince places to have a show. It would last like 2 weeks. Then the people would realize, oh, wow, this guy doesn't really know what he's doing. And he would keep moving it. But he would have shows at the craziest places. And that was a Bobby Pollock show at a strip club. I remember it.
And so what Bobby Pollock did was, so he told me, he said, for every audience member you bring, I'll pay you $5. Now, at the time, I was brand new. I'd only been doing comedy for like 2 weeks, but it was going to be a paid gig. So I was like, I had like 5 friends. I go, listen, guys, I'll let you guys know. 5 of you come. I'll make $25. I get to perform. Come check me out. Well, this is in LA, and there's a lot of Persians in LA. So I told 5 Persians, and they told a bunch of other Persians. 31 people showed up for me.
Ooh.
Yeah, I made $155 that night, Tehran. But I'll tell you,
I'm outraged.
Erik, it was such a bad show because when I first showed up, Bobby shows up. He had the show in like a side room of the strip club. He shows up. He's like, hey, thank you for doing the show. I got good news. I got bad news. The good news is the show's going to happen. The bad news is the owners of the strip club sold the strip club last night, and they took the microphone. I was like, why would you sell a strip club and the only thing you take is a microphone? They didn't take the pole, they took a microphone.
Yeah.
He's like,
so
I don't
crazy.
know. They didn't like the new owners, they took the mic. So he goes, we're gonna do the comedy show a cappella with no mic. So we go up there, we're doing the show a cappella. First of all, because I brought 31 people and everyone else, including Erik, only brought 1 or 2, he put me up last. And he went up and he had all these people come so he could do his like 20, 30 minutes of like one-liners, like, my wife says to me, what are you going to do? I said, I don't know. Bada bing.
Hey, yo. Yeah.
Bro, hour and a half later, my friends are looking at me like, when are you going to go on stage? I was like, I don't know. Middle of all this, I don't know if you remember this. What was that guy's name? Jeremy something?
Jeremy Hotz.
No, it wasn't Jeremy Hotz.
Jeremy Piven.
No, it was some guy. This poor guy was performing. We're at a strip club, middle of the show. It's a side room. Middle of the show, like a gangbanger walks in with a stripper, sits her on his lap, and starts talking to her out loud, as this guy's on stage trying to do stand-up without a microphone. So the guy's like, my girlfriend left me, and da-da-da, and the gangbanger's like, hey, baby, you want to dance on this or whatever he was saying. This poor guy, he looks at the gangbanger, he's like, excuse me, sir, I'm trying to perform up here.
But if you think about it, we were the ones that were actually inappropriate.
Well,
I mean, in that situation, that guy was doing he was strip club etiquette. He was, we were the ones messing things up.
Absolutely. And it's funny because when the comedian had the gall to tell this like gangbanger dude, this is like late 90s, like, still Crips and Bloods colors showing up. When he had the gall to tell this gangbanger that I'm trying to do a show here, the gangbanger looked at him. He's like, well, then keep going. And as if to say, like I'm about to shoot you. And everyone in the room like started looking at each other like, what the fuck is going on? And this poor guy, like Bobby Brady, is it Bobby Brady whose voice cracked the whole time?
I don't remember.
Who was the Bobby Brady? When it's time to change, you got to rearrange.
Yeah.
The rest of his set, he was like, so my girlfriend broke up with me. Like he was shook. He was shook.
Oh, shit.
We were in a seedy place. You know, comedy doesn't belong everywhere.
Comedy does not. Eric, when was
You
the
know-
last time you performed comedy? Where were you?
I was in Tennessee at Chattanooga at the Comedy Catch, and yeah, it was my birthday. March 12th was my birthday, and that was a Friday, and then they had a Saturday night show, and I'm calling, like, you know, a bunch of my comic buddies are all out of town doing shows, and they're like, I don't know if my show was canceled. I'm trying to get home, and like, you know, and I was just there like, wow, this could be it, you know, because you didn't know what was happening. It was like, you know, and then I did a Saturday night show. It was a nice little crowd, and then I didn't do a meet and greet. And then that was it. I flew home in a half empty plane. And, you know, now this is my first time back at a comedy club.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. He's been hired again, courtesy of this show.
Hired? Wait, is there pay?
Eric, yeah, don't expect
Hired in spirit.
Eric,
Hired in spirit.
You see that water right there? That's your pay, buddy. You get paid in
Oh.
water.
Hey, you know what? It's funny, but remember when it started, having water was really pay. When everything started, toilet paper and water was currency for a while.
Bro, you're absolutely right. Someone's asking, Theresa, can you turn your mic down just a little bit? Your speaker. Someone's asking. I love hearing you, but I'm just a little bit. And
I don't know how.
Oh no.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. 4 months in lockdown, she still hasn't figured out how to turn down the thing.
Oh God.
Theresa, I tell you, there's a little button that's a volume button there.
really?
You'll figure it out. Or she says, or move away from the mic. I don't know where her mic is. Whatever. It's
It's on my headset.
Oh, I like that. You're
that's
very,
what it is.
very Captain Kirk of you as well. Eric, let's talk about Indian matchmaking. What are your thoughts? This is a show on Netflix.
Well, can you explain it to me
For
first?
those who've not watched Indian matchmaking, let me explain what it is. You guys got to
Please.
go after tonight. After you're done with this, you go binge watch Indian matchmaking.
Yeah.
It's an Indian show. There's an Indian matchmaker. Her name is Seema, and she's going around trying to matchmake, put together guys and girls for marriage. She says she uses what she calls a data points. They're data points. Very much. A lot of these cultures have that. Iranian cultures, all this.
Is it on Netflix?
On Netflix, yes. A Netflix show. It's called Indian Matchmaking. I highly recommend it. Eric is hooked. Eric, who's your favorite character, least favorite? Talk to us.
God, I wish I watched so many shows like that, but this one is very I just like watching it because, you realize that love is a problem all over the world, and then it's like, at what point do people get to this point where they go, well, I need a show to help me find someone. And as you start watching the show, you realize, oh no, this show can't help you either,
Yeah. Well, isn't that a shame? Because there's a guy in there. You'll see, you guys. It's amazing. I think I put his name here. No, I forgot to write his name. There's one. Oh no, there it is. Listen, there's a handful of characters in there. There's one girl that nobody seems to like, who is this lawyer out of Georgia or something. She hates everybody.
Yeah, she's a monster.
Dude, this Indian matchmaker, she's like, I have found for you the perfect guy. He is a charity worker. He's a billionaire, and he is very good looking, and he's in good shape, and he wants to nurture puppies. And she's like, I hate him. We're like, what the hell?
Well, if she's out of Atlanta, maybe she likes black guys, and they keep forcing Indian guys on her.
There you go. Caitlin put it. It's Aparna. Her name is Aparna.
Yeah, but you don't go on an Indian matchmaking show if you're looking for
maybe
black
she
guys.
didn't want to go. Maybe her Indian parents signed her up without her permission.
Bro, Aparna straight up says, I don't want a guy that laughs. Like, who says that?
Aparna?
Who says that?
Aparna does.
That's like supposed to be the number one thing. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sense of humor.
What about this one? There's another guy. Now this one's sad, and you'll back me up on this. His name is Akshay Jakate.
Yeah.
Akshay is like 23. His mother is so set on him getting married, and she smothers him. She's like, Akshay wants to get married. And then they show Akshay, and he's got that awkward smile. He's like, yeah, I would really like to get married. Why not? And this poor guy, I swear to God, every time they find someone for Akshay, he's like, I don't know if I really like her. The mom's like, I like her. He's like, okay, I'll try.
Well, the root word of smother is mother. So
I wish I could high five you, but because of coronavirus,
I love all
can't.
the mothers. I love all you mothers. Thank you for the smothers. Thank you, mothers.
Bro, you guys got to watch this. Indian Matchmaking is my favorite new show.
Well, you know what, though? But the thing I love about anytime they have anything Indian, you really realize how
We can't hear you. Yeah, we lost it. No, can't hear.
No voices. No voices.
Whoops. Can you unmute yourself, Moz?
We can't hear you. No.
Nothing. Fire them. Fire them. I'm playing.
Can't hear anyone.
Hold on. Where's my...
Hello? No, we can't do that. Can't do that.
We lost Erik in the middle of his words. So he was talking and then something happened.
Take a drink. Take a drink, everyone. We'll grab some chai.
This is what you get. Like they're having, they lost.
Oh, better. We hear you.
Can you hear us?
Hello? Can you hear me now?
Guys, this is what you get for leaving the house. I should have done Moz in the house. This is now Moz in the club.
No, we
Technical
can hear you
difficulties.
now. You're good.
That's all right.
Mike, are we good? We're good? Can you guys hear us?
Yes.
You hearing me?
Okay, beautiful. So Erik was saying we went from the you said the core word of
the root
smother
word
is
of smother is mother, but
Yeah.
but the Indian families are very much like a guy will be like 37 and he lives at home and he's supposed to get a wife and then they all live with the parents, and that's like a common thing, but we in here in the States, if that was going on, you'd be like, you still live with your mom, but there
Erik, I'll tell you, this is like a thing. Indians, Iranians, I think a lot of Asians have this. They want us to live with them and just stay there. And you'll say things like, "Listen, your son's 45. He hasn't left the house." And they'll be, and I swear to God, similar to how Tehran said they think the solution to everything is tea. They'll be like, "Listen, once he gets married, everything's gonna be fine." And you're like, "I think he's depressed. He doesn't leave his room. Once he gets married, he's gonna be okay." And these poor guys on this Indian matchmaking, my heart breaks, because a lot of times I'm like, what's the pressure? Just let people be, especially nowadays.
Yeah, like and at what point do you actually move out where you're letting all your family live with you? Like, is it just one house that's passed on? Like, when do you get to move on? Is what I'm saying. Because if you're 35 and you're living with your parents,
listen, Erik, let me explain.
When are your kids gonna live with you? Like, when does it happen?
How it works in an Iranian family. In an Iranian family, okay, Iranian parents love their kids more than anyone else. That's why we all still live at home. We are Iranian kids. We are the real Iranian hostage crisis. We're never allowed to leave the house. They don't let us anywhere. We always have to be there forever. And their idea is that we always stay together in the same place. And it's what they love. And we love them, but sometimes we have to leave.
It's pretty tribal. You're right. It is pretty tribal. And I don't know what, like if you watch, again, guys, you're going to see this. I don't want to ruin it for you. But if you watch this poor guy, Akshay, go through it, because he obviously comes from a well-to-do family. The mother has all this jewelry she's excited to give to these people.
He comes from a well-to-do family? Tell Akshay I'm single, bro. Let's talk to Akshay.
You could hook up with Tehran. But
say this first.
It's crazy because the mother is more excited. She's like, I've got these jewelry. It goes down my family. I want to give it. And then because the mother says once we pick the bride, now she's part of us. So the mother wants to dominate the son and the bride. Oh, it's crazy.
It is crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. That's
I don't know why the mother just doesn't get on the dating show herself. I don't get it.
I want to know what it's called in Hindi or in Punjabi, because we say khasgari. I hope they have a word that's equally as grotesque. It's called like I want it to be called something like that.
Negar just told me that my mic is the lowest. Is that right, you guys? Can you hear me okay?
I'm going to need you to be a little more culturally sensitive than just throwing out that word.
The name Negar, we talked about this last time.
That's a hard ER on that, Bob.
There was a lot.
It's an Negar, Negar.
Thank you. Erik paused.
That was hard right there, man.
We were about to start a protest right in here.
Ian Edwards was on it too, and he was going crazy about it.
Yeah.
So guys, let's go ahead. Someone said they can hear me when I get close. Well, the problem with getting close. Listen, guys, the problem with getting close to the microphone is now I'm going to get coronavirus, so as you could hear me.
Wait, I hope that they clean these. These aren't the same mics that,
So these are mics that were used on March 12th. That was the last time we were here.
No.
We heard Moz really well before he was shipped off to the hospital with his virus. Okay, let's go ahead and go to not breaking news. Can we get that, Caleb? Not breaking news. Not breaking, broken news. Sorry, I don't even know the name of my own segments. Broken news. For those of you who are new to this show, broken news comes from the concept that every time CNN has Poor Wolf Blitzer on, it always says breaking news, and it's never breaking news. It's shit you heard like a week ago. And one time I just want them to come into the studio and they go to Poor Wolf. It's been 40 years. They should go right to him. His eyes just sad and red. And he just put his head down and he goes, broken news. You've already heard this shit already. So here we go. Broken news. Here we go. Fake news. Donald Trump. I love Donald Trump on here. Donald J. Trump. Let's go with the first news piece. Caitlin, what do we got? I moved it around, you guys, because this was interesting. This one. Tampa teen accused of being the mastermind behind the Twitter hack that targeted high-profile accounts. Don't know if you guys heard about this. You must have. Last week or so, Twitter got hacked, and it was Jeff Bezos, Barack Obama, Joe Biden, Elon Musk, all of their Twitters. It said something along the lines of, people are suffering right now, so I want to give back. For the first, for anybody who sends $1,000 to this link, I will send you back $2,000.
Brilliant.
Believe that shit?
By the way, did you read the whole article, Maz? Did you look into this a lot?
I read the whole article. Caitlin, give us the next thing right there, because there you go. Is this what you're going to talk about, Tehran? The name of one of the other hackers?
Definitely. Listen, the Persian hacker.
Explain it. There was 3 hackers.
Yes.
So it turns out it wasn't just a Tampa kid. There was 3 hackers. As an Iranian American, I'm reading the article, and go ahead, Tehran. What do you see?
Look, immediately I gravitate only to the one thing. The 2 other suspects were identified as 22-year-old Nima Fazeli, aka Rolex, of Orlando, and 19-year-old Mason Shepard, who we don't care about Mason. We're going right back to Nima Fazeli. Clearly Iranian. Clearly, there's nothing else he could possibly be.
And so, Tehran, let me ask you, as an Iranian American, when you heard that one of the hackers was an Iranian dude, were you like just a little proud? I was a little
not
proud.
a little proud. I was super proud, and then I knew who came up with the send us $1,000. We'll give you $2,000 back, because you know what?
Because nobody can scam you like a Persian guy.
Exactly. Exactly.
No, Erik, hold on a second. Erik,
it was
Persians and Armenians are the best scammers.
They fight over it.
I felt like I was at a mall kiosk when I read this.
Listen, because when I saw the guy, and he's Graham Clark. He's 17. He looks like DC supervillain in the making. I understood, but I was like, he didn't come up with. Then I saw Nima Fazeli, and I was like, that's where the money angle came in. Because Ryan doesn't look like a money guy. What would he do with money? He's wearing like a Walmart jacket in his photo. He's not really the guy who needs a bunch of money. But Nima Fazeli, he already knew, aka Rolex. That's my dude right there.
Bro, the fact that his nickname is Rolex is fantastic.
So wonderful.
I think the problem is all the people that he hacked, they probably all had the same password, like, Illuminati 5. You know what I mean? Like, they all had the same password.
Deep State 22.
Yeah, Deep State. Yeah.
You know how many girls are gonna hire Nemo when he gets out of jail to break into their boyfriend's iPhones? Like, he's a mastermind. I don't even remember my Twitter password, and it's saved on my computer.
Bro,
if I choose a different password,
I also don't appreciate that. Like, they still just show the white kid, in the picture.
They did this on purpose.
He looks evil though, that kid.
He does look evil. If this was a violent crime or something, they would have. If they had done this at the airport, Nima's picture would have been like.
No. If they put Nima up first, if they said Nima was the hacker into Twitter, they'd be like, terrorist attacks Twitter.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? If it's a Middle Eastern name, they got to call it a terrorism thing, right?
Yeah.
More importantly, how scary is it that friggin' 22-year-olds can go into the accounts of like these top dudes?
No, Maz, he's 17.
17.
Graham Clark is 17 years old.
What were you doing at 17?
I wasn't hacking into Twitters. You know what I'm saying? I was forgetting my locker combination in high school. Like, this kid is an overachiever. I think we don't understand how amazing this kid is. And that, yes, does he look like the Joker? Yes. Is he going to perpetrate some type of arch crime in the future? Yes. But the ability to hack into Twitter, a multi-billion-dollar security account that has invented technology to prevent this, and this 17-year-old did it, and he's not Indian.
You know what I was doing? You know what I was doing at 17? I was trying to please my parents and become a lawyer. So I could like if I
was gonna say pre-balding.
Pre-balding as that was as well. No, but if I were this kid, the 17-year-old who hacked, like my parents would have been like, listen, son, I know you want to be a hacker, but you should be a lawyer. It's much more reputable.
Be a lawyer hacker. Be a lawyer hacker.
I'm telling you right now.
Then you get yourself out of trouble.
In a year, this kid is going to be working for the FBI.
100%.
You're right.
Yeah, because he's like, oh, if you can hack into the former president's Twitter. Like, what is happening?
That's not and honestly,
that makes Barack Obama look so ghetto.
You made fun of his password, but those passwords are not just like Deep Throat 2. Those passwords are going to be very difficult passwords that he was able to hack.
Can I tell you something? Can I tell you something right now? Here's what's crazy. Oh, he doesn't have two-factor.
Yeah, they didn't have that two-factor on.
You got to get the two-factor.
Like Obama probably got a text like, is this your? He was like, wait, Michelle.
He came home to Michelle. He's like, that was very generous. That was very generous of you to give 1,000 extra.
Let me tell you the real problem. Okay, people super wealthy, these kind of people. I don't know if they're actually on their Twitters. Like, there's an assistant, there's somebody that hands them the phone, and so they're not really aware of what's going on the way we are with our passwords and stuff. So I think that's the thing right there.
You know what? That might be a thing because there was this crime group in LA called the Bling Ring. I don't know if all of you are familiar with the Bling Ring.
Oh, they made a movie.
Exactly. They made a very horrible movie about such an amazing crime, which was a group of kids who were not well off, who went to a very well off school. And of course, there was a Persian, and they went to houses of super rich celebrities and found that they just didn't lock their doors. They would go in and just take the clothes and have all these trendy clothes.
Shit.
The Bling Ring, and take all their blingy bling stuff and sport it. And so maybe we just need to be better secured.
Let me ask you this, guys. I wonder, because at first I thought this guy, because he the people that he hacked into, the political types were all left leaning, at least. And I was like, why wouldn't you hack into Trump's? And then I realized if he hacked into Trump's and said some crazy shit, people would be like, oh, that's just Trump being Trump.
Well, here's the thing, though. He probably could have got more money from people if he would have done that.
You're absolutely
right. He would have gotten away with it for a longer time because President Trump would have forgot. Did I tweet that? Like, he would have been like, did I tweet that myself?
But here's another issue I have, though. It's like, this is how it shows the youth of it. So you do this tremendous hacking, right? And you don't cover your tracks.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
He did cover his tracks. That's it. That's actually, he made you buy Bitcoin, which is almost impossible to track.
No, but somehow they tracked him. They tracked him. They found him. So he did everything right except for you don't send it to your Wells Fargo or like wherever. Obviously, there was some little hitch that he couldn't get it. He couldn't get it right.
Now, here's the moral of the story on this is, ladies and gentlemen, if you get anything, text, WhatsApp, Twitter, anything that says click here to get some money, don't click it. What the hell? You think people are going to send you shit and be like, click here to get money?
It's like that in Nigerian lawyers.
Yeah, especially if it's a Nigerian lawyer.
Oh, well, Nigerian princes email you a lot, and I always try to help them out.
Speaking of Nigerian lawyers, let's go to the next news piece. This lady got her medical degree in Nigeria.
Oh, no.
Let's see it. Let's see it. What you got?
Stella
got
her groove back. Stella got her groove back.
You all probably heard of her, Stella Emanuel. So earlier this week, video goes out. Bunch of doctors are standing in front of
white doctors.
Bunch of white doctors, except Stella was black. Stella's a black doctor, and they're all sitting in front of the Supreme Court, I think. And they're sitting there, and they're called they're called frontline doctors. They call themselves some shit. And they're all sitting there going like, "Don't wear a mask. Masks are not right, and use hydroxychloroquine. That's the shit." So and then Stella comes on, and she's this doctor out of Houston who's like, she goes, I got my degree in West Africa, and I came here. I'm in Houston. I've saved 300 people, blah, blah, blah. And she's going nuts, and she's like losing her shit to the point where the lady who organized it like starts walking up to the mic. We've had that before. Sometimes when you do a comedy show, someone keeps going, and you just start walking up to the stage. You're like, okay, buddy, that's enough.
We're good.
Stella's
Maz would know about running the light.
Well, after Stella talks about how great hydroxychloroquine is, people look her up, and we find videos of her talking about how alien sperm is being used to, I don't know, infiltrate some shit.
Lizard people? You forgot the lizard people?
Lizard people. What are your thoughts? Erik, what are your thoughts on Stella?
Well, oh man, you know, this is an example of having too much media, having too much social media, too many news sources, and they need stuff to put on their sites, and this is something that slipped through the cracks. You know, there's a lot of quacks. There's a lot of crazy. This is no different than the people that are going to church and saying that God is going to protect them from the coronavirus. I mean, it's the same kind of crazy. You know, it's like, you know, it's a shame because enough people are going to look at this and believe it, and maybe she'll do some real harm.
Well, listen, I got a couple of things from the article I read. This is interesting stuff. So first of all, here's a quote from Trump. I love how he's very committed, but then not too committed in his quote about her, because he loved her. He was like, she's my favorite, but he wasn't sure. So he goes, she said that she had tremendous success with hundreds of different. I'm going to try my Trump impression. Ready? How does he do it? He goes like this.
Scrunch the eyes, do the lips.
Tremendous success. Here we go. This is my bad Trump. Here we go.
Ready? Do it.
She said that she had tremendous success with hundreds of different patients. I thought her voice was an important voice, but I know nothing about her. That's the quote. That's the quote.
That's after the fact, by the way. But that's after the fact.
But
that's after he retweeted her and posted her and did all that stuff.
Yeah, but
Trump's still trying to get the black vote. So,
the quote is so funny because he's like, she totally knows what she's talking about, but I don't know who she is. I have no idea.
I've never heard of her. Yeah, of course. You know, it's interesting about Stella Emanuel. I'm remiss to call her Dr. Emanuel. It's interesting that the same people who do not believe, and people who've been epidemiologists basically their entire adult lives, have degrees from Harvard and Yale and have been dedicated their lives to this, they tell us not to believe them, but to believe her. They're like, Dr. Fauci's wrong, but this lady, that's the one who knows what she's talking about.
Yes,
this is the one.
Bizarre.
It's
very
interesting.
Bizarre.
They don't believe in environment stats. They don't believe, but they know all of her. They're like, this is the lady to listen to.
Can I ask you a question, though? Here's the question, because this lady, I mean, listen, props to her. She's an immigrant doctor, comes from, I think she came from Cameroon, got her degree from Nigeria.
Good for
now
her.
She's in Houston, and she's practicing medicine. Now, here's my question. I have been in tons of cabs in New York City, in Los Angeles, with doctors who were in another country. They were doctors. They came here. They couldn't get their medical license. Now they're driving cabs. And the one doctor that's an immigrant that can get a medical license is this lady who's out of her goddamn mind. Was in a strip mall in Houston.
She probably wasn't always out of her mind. I mean, at a certain point, you know, we don't know what's going on.
No,
with this
she's
lady.
been out of her mind. You listen. After
There are
the
years.
show, here's the homework. Here's the homework. You're gonna watch Indian matchmaking, and you're also gonna Google Stella Emanuel, and you'll see some of her old videos. She's up there talking about, like, you know, Jesus Christ will save you if you have bad dreams, and the sperms in the middle of the night, the aliens will come into your dreams and they'll impregnate you. Some weird shit that my great-great-grandfather used to say back in the day.
But if you look at this, I'm not surprised that Trump he is so desperate to get a cure or some kind of vaccine that any little news he hears, he's like, this is it. We found it. We can get the economy back to normal, you know. So it's very important for him.
It's unfortunate that something like Corona has become politicized. It's bipartisan. There is no like Corona. I don't ever politics. I love principles, but the one thing I do think is if Dr. Emanuel had promoted tea, Persians would have definitely reposted this, been like, I told you the tea will cure the Corona. Bring the tea. Use a khiyar. That would have been
tea time with Tehran.
Here's another quote. Here's another quote, because, by the way, our on the comments we have Donald J. Trump, who says, I don't know her. He's now saying he doesn't know her. I love this Donald J. Trump. He also said, vaccine by the end of the month. Sign up.
Actually, by the way, do you remember Michael Milken?
Michael Milken, of course.
The Milken, the junk bond guy.
Yeah.
You know, he's actually a huge philanthropist now.
Okay.
And he's got a website called the Milken Institute. The Milken Institute website, and he is tracking the coronavirus right now.
Okay.
And there's actually 196 vaccines in clinical trials right now at different stages.
Yes.
And if you go to that website, the Milken Institute, you can see how far along they are and where they are in the certain. So it gives you a little bit of hope to look and see that they are working on it. So.
ladies and gentlemen, Maz in the House is not just a comedy talk show. It's an informative show. You just found out. You can go to the milkeninstitute.com or org or whatever it is.
Just Google him and then you'll
Google
find
him,
it.
find which the vaccines are, and buy some of that stock. Let's get rich.
Yeah, well, that's going to be the problem, by the way. It's like they're going to monetize that, and it's going to just. Ugh.
Here, let me just say one other thing on the BBC article. This is very British. The way the BBC talks about Stella Emanuel. So Stella Emanuel is saying some crazy shit, and they quote her, and then they have their reaction. So here's BBC. I'm gonna read it with a British accent just to kind of get it across. So the BBC says, after Facebook took down the they were called America's Frontline Doctor, and Facebook took down their video because they said this shit's crazy. Here we go. After Facebook took down America's Frontline Doctor's video on Tuesday, she, Dr. Emanuel, declared that Jesus Christ would destroy the social media giant servers if her videos were not restored to the platform. And then the next line says, BBC goes, Facebook has not reported an interruption on its services. So BBC basically was like, "Hey, Jesus hasn't stopped Facebook."
You know what always gets me about people who like come across like they're supposedly super religious.
Yeah.
So like in their world, that's when God's gonna step in.
Right, on Facebook.
Yeah, so that's the moment like this all-powerful being's gonna be like, no, I'm not gonna cure people. I'm not gonna get rid of pollution. I'm not gonna stop the sick, stop 7-year-olds from getting AIDS in places. No, I'm gonna attack the Facebook servers. What?
So she's out of her mind.
Yeah.
Next news.
And yet there's a Persian parent still proud of her for becoming a doctor. That is a true story.
The silver linings with Tehran.
Exactly. Stella, Dr. Shot. Why not you?
But in Nigeria, though.
Hey,
man. Hey, Persians are proud of anybody anywhere being a doctor.
That is a real thing.
Let's go to our next news piece. Caitlin, what do we got next? Speaker view, maybe hit
that neck.
Okay, so this one is this is great. So Americans are trying to keep Mexicans out of America. Now Canadians are trying to keep Americans out of Canada. It's fantastic. We are the biggest jackasses in the world with our coronavirus. This guy over here, he's some premier in
BC,
Canada,
British
Columbia. He says, here's his quote, ready? He says, with respect to those who have offshore plates and are feeling harassed. So people with American plates have been getting harassed. I would suggest perhaps public transit, take the bus. I would suggest that they get their plates changed, change your license plate. I would suggest that they ride a bike. So basically, this guy's saying, hey, listen, Americans, get on a goddamn bike if you're afraid of being harassed, because you're a bunch of idiots and you didn't wear your mask and your numbers are going up and we don't want you here. They're going to build a wall.
The Canadian wall is going to get built.
The Canadian wall. What would a Canadian wall be, Erik? Maple syrup?
It would be a wall of people who are like, no, I'm so sorry, you can't come in. Like they would still be polite. It'd just be a wall of wonderful, polite
it'd be a
people.
wall of Aborigines because they treat them very horribly.
Oh shit, the truth. Look
That's
at that.
real.
I'm
That's
just
true.
saying, like we always talk about Canada like it's some great place. I was just there before the coronavirus, and they were protesting the treatment of the Aborigines. They shut down the railroads, but we never talk about that.
We don't.
You
That
are right.
never comes up.
They're actually not that great to their immigrant population.
They're
either.
not great to their immigrant population,
shit.
just like another place. So
Canada.
the North America assholes, it spans from Panama all the way up to Alaska.
Oh, Canada. You know what I think, Erik? I think every country can be an asshole to another country. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Like,
to their own people is what the problem
but
is,
to their
not
own
just
people,
other
no,
countries.
But what I'm saying, like, for example, right now in Mexico, there's some Guatemalans going, Mexicans are racist.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's always someone who's racist.
Yeah.
In Iran, it's regional. They'll be like, the Northerners are racist against the Southerners, against the da-da-da. So there's all that going on all the time. I just find it funny that nobody wants Americans anymore. We used to be, you can't go anywhere for the summer. Where are you going?
I know.
Nowhere.
No, everything's close. You can go to Morocco. I think there's Mexico. You can go to Mexico.
Guys, some guy just sped by on a scooter. It was too fast. I can't show you, but I got these guys right here. Look at that. Wave, guys. Wave. Can you see those guys?
No.
There's an
It's just a
outdoor
picture of
bar.
you holding up your laptop.
Can you show that, Kaylin? Can you?
You have to click it on your
Yeah,
screen.
you gotta start your video on your laptop.
Oh, I gotta
No.
start
There you
video.
go.
Start my video.
There we
Hold on.
go. Never mind, it's up.
Oh, he's got it. Great. So
Yeah.
that's the outside. That's what we're seeing right now. There's
Oh,
cars
yeah.
driving by.
That's
They
great.
got an outdoor bar. And if you guys want to
Ooh.
come by for drinks at the Comedy Store, come on by.
See my electric car right there?
Come on by. There's an electric car right there. That's Eric's car.
yeah.
You got his license
More
plate in case you want to
traffic.
follow him home. All right, let's go to the next news piece, Caitlin. What do we got?
Bizarre Chewbacca.
Oh, this is crazy shit, guys. This is awesome. Bizarre Chewbacca revenge taken on Queensland woman over breakup. This is in Australia. Some woman broke up with a dude. So then the dude took a bunch of flyers and he put them all around town. And he said, Chewbacca imitation contest, $100 for the winner. And then he put her phone number as the number to call. So she started getting calls from a bunch of people going like,
That's better than revenge porn, I think.
isn't that great? What's been the worst? Have you guys ever had anyone like scratch your car up or anything? T, Eric?
I love how you started with me, Mom. You're like, T, Eric?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I've never
Tehran,
had.
have you treated a woman like shit?
Yeah.
What did she do?
Most likely, yes, but nothing has come of it. Thank goodness. The concept is, first of all, it's a very funny prank to do with the bizarre Chewbaccas. It's brilliant. It's also a bit dangerous. This is how Dateline episodes start, So especially with the car in the driveway. The Chewbacca thing, however, very smart. Very smart to have random people just call him.
Well, the lady, as you said, the lady actually was like, she said, oh, I thought it was kind of funny at
Yeah.
first. And then the dude showed up. And put his car in her driveway with no wheels.
With no tires, which that was when I was like, red flag, run. Let's run.
Listen, when someone breaks up with you, it's over. Why are we so like, if it's done, it's done. Like, what do you think leaving your car with no wheels is gonna do to this lady? Like, you think she's gonna be like, oh, you know what? You're right. Now that I can't leave my house, you may as well come back.
Yeah, but it all depends on like what was going on in their relationship. Like it sounds like he might have been like a super Star Wars fan. She was sick of it.
She was
You know
Star
what I
Trek:
mean?
The Next Generation.
Or that was like his thing he would do all the time. He would do a Chewbacca thing and she got sick of it. And then now so it's personal. That's what it is. It was like a personal attack on him.
I love it. I think he should have done like Darth Vader one too. Like Darth Vader call and say like, I am your boyfriend, right? Her name, Jenny, I am your boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? Be like,
I'm gonna use this tactic, except I'm going to use it to every Persian that sees me and goes, Tehran, come here, speak Farsi, Tehran, as if I'm a pet. So I'm gonna use this because it's like, because I never go to Iranian people and be like, come here, speak English for my friends. They won't believe it. I never do that. So from now on, anytime someone does that to me, I'm posting these posters of Chewbacca, which is what a lot of Iranian men look like, except without the hair on the head. And I'm gonna be like, call this guy's number. His name is Hamid. He came Khastagari for Mitra.
let's do a Chewbacca sounding contest, and you guys will judge based on applause. All right. So, Tehran, you go first.
All right. Here's my Chew. I don't have a Chewbacca. I don't have a Chewbacca.
I know he's gonna lose. Yeah, these guys out there
God,
going, boo.
I don't like the booze, guys. I don't like the booze.
Eric,
I
go for it.
Yeah, okay. So Eric and I are Ewoks, and that's okay.
That sounds like he's smoking shisha. That sounds like you're smoking shisha, Eric. Eric's going.
It's got a curl to it, right?
Yeah.
It's got
I can't do it.
Would you like
No,
your shisha to be strawberry flavored?
I want Moss to do his Trump doing Chewbacca.
Ready?
tremendous. That's actually pretty good.
I win, right, guys? I win. Come on, there's three guys out there.
Are
Compared
you
to us,
kidding me? We
yes.
can't trust them. Look at those two.
All right.
We can't trust them.
Next news piece. What do we got? What's our next news
I
piece?
think that was it.
So we got one more.
Oh.
So this is actually very interesting.
Oh, I love
Kentucky
this.
Town hires social
Oh, yeah.
workers instead of more officers, and the results are surprising. So we've had all this controversy. defund the police, don't defund the police. And then people started losing their minds. A lot of my conservative friends were like, dude, good luck to you. If they defund the police, people are going to come to your house and take your shit. I was like, I ain't got no shit, man. But more importantly, I was like, defund the police is like, listen, a little less money for the police. And maybe there's like, when there's a homeless situation, I've seen cops say this too. They go, look, when there's a dude that's homeless who's like walking around and acting like, erratic, you don't need to send cops always. Maybe there's another agency that can show up and be social workers. So this place in Kentucky actually did that. They've saved money for the city, and it's been successful. So instead of calling it defund the police, how about fund the social workers? Doesn't sound as good, but you know what I'm saying. What are your thoughts, Erik?
Yeah, I really like this idea. I mean, I think that armed people should come when that's necessary. But that's the only people we have to call are the police. So like in a domestic violence situation, we call in the police when we should really be calling like Wendy Williams or somebody, you know what I mean? Like, some social worker comes in like, okay, everybody sit down, let's talk it out, and then but if it gets like a certain level of violence or something, that's when you go, all right, let's bring the SWAT in and get this taken care of. But,
and she goes in, by the way, the social worker goes in with the police officer. So it's not like a social worker being thrown into this situation unawares. They go with we don't need police. For example, when people jaywalk in Los Angeles, the police will show up as if you robbed a bank. Just to let you know, jaywalking in LA is a felony for some reason. They treat it like it's the worst thing. I thought this was a great idea. The one thing I did realize is that they said that per social worker, they were saving about $50,000 to $70,000 a year. And I was like, instead of defund the police, it should be refund the social worker. Why are these social workers getting so underpaid? That was the actual lesson of this article.
They should just send teachers because
Yeah, basically, teachers and social workers are just the most underpaid, undervalued employees of the city and civil servants.
I was in Europe and I was talking to somebody about like private schools and stuff here. And I go, in America, we got private schools and this and that. And your kids got to like do sports, blah, 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 to like get into college. And then this person in Europe was like, you know what? We pay our teachers good money. Like we actually respect our teachers. And you're right. The social workers and teachers, you got to respect them. Donald Trump right here said you can send federal agents in. That's very good. I like that, Donald J. Trump.
I mean, that seems to be that doesn't seem to be working as well as they think. But I mean, we should really have some understanding of allocating funds. The city of Burbank in Los Angeles, which is a very normal suburban town, has 2 tanks. There's no reason for Burbank to have 2 tanks and 4 bazookas. Unless, who are you arming against the citizens? We need to restructure, and that begins with the understanding of how government scheduling, economic funds works and regulations work. Because if I am a government agency and I receive $10 million, if I only use $7 million, the next year, guess what I receive? Only $7 million. That means I have to use this money in some way, and we tend to squander it. We flounder it. We buy bazookas because they're small and cheap and very expensive.
Tehran, Burbank is arming themselves because Glendale is Armenians. The word arms is in the name. They're afraid of the Armenians.
That might honestly be more true than we realize.
Yeah, you're right. You don't need all that. So you don't need a tank in Burbank. I've been to Burbank. I never felt threatened to the point where I would need a tank.
You don't need 1, let alone 2, and yet they do have 2. And that's the concept, is we need to restructure. It's not about removing.
Stop defunding all the places they put people with mental issues that don't have. They just let them out.
Do you know whose fault that is, by the way?
And, those kind of things.
Do you know whose fault that is?
Who?
A lot of people don't know this. The reason why there is no mental institutions in the United States and we have this amount of homeless people comes down to one person. And his name is Geraldo Rivera.
What?
This is a true story. So Geraldo Rivera, one of the pioneers of yellow journalism, of investigative journalism and going in, he went into basically a New York institution, a mental institution, and saw all these acts that were just heinous to him. He saw the lobotomies, he saw how they treated the patients, and they were just outrageous acts. So he wrote this expose on it, and it just basically polarized the American public, and they were outraged enough to basically want to relinquish and defund all mental institutions, except without defunding. Defunding is reallocating the funds. They removed the funds. And so they closed down all mental institutions, allowing people to just be out. People's families couldn't handle this new entry into their homes, including John F. Kennedy, whose sister received a lobotomy, just to let you know, and was kept in hiding for the rest of his career. And then they were basically just on the streets. People were just homeless because that is how that works.
So you're saying Geraldo Rivera,
Yes.
not only did he try to get to Al Capone's crypt and there was nothing there.
There was nothing there, yes.
He's also, because of he caused the homeless situation.
I know it sounds crazy,
and now
but
he's posting shirtless selfies.
This is Geraldo Rivera. I know it sounds crazy, but that's actually like one of the implications of what happened.
What's that, Mike?
Yeah.
It's a Supreme Court case from 1975 that had something to do with Geraldo.
That is the court case, yes.
We cannot confine someone if they're not a danger to themselves. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a research team over here. This is now Maz in the house just went to other level right now.
Yeah, but the reason is because people can't be trusted with power. And if you allow the government to decide who is a danger and who is not a danger and what level, what does that really mean? Then what starts to happen is it starts to be a culling. They start just taking all the homeless and putting them someplace, and they start, so we have to find different ways to deal with it instead of just removing the problem. That's what they want to do. That's what we want to do. We just want to remove things instead of dealing with the root cause.
Listen, you are absolutely right. And I love that we're having this conversation on the show. And you're right. It is. Listen, man, my dad, like towards the end of his life, he was in the hospital and he was like saying like crazy shit, and he was out of his mind a little bit because different meds and stuff. And the doctor was like, he had to get an operation. He was like, I don't want an operation. And we're like, Dad, it's scheduled. You got to go. He's like, I don't want it. And the doctor was like, listen, unless he consults, unless he agrees, I can't do anything. I was like, well, he's clearly out of his mind. He's like, listen, until he starts saying that he saw Martians last night, I cannot not take his word. And that's why Stella Emanuel is now able to do shit like that.
I thought you were going to say that's why my family and I started dressing up like Martians and pretending we were Martians.
They put on an elaborate show to make him seem like he was crazy.
No,
but then he goes like this, I knew it.
All right, listen, guys, that's been not broken news. And now we're going to go and give advice to the audience. You guys can ask us anything you want. This is called Masterclass. You like that, Erik? Masterclass?
It's just like saying it with a haughty accent. Masterclass.
So this is where we give you advice on shit we don't know anything about, because now the world we're living in, everyone's listening to people that have no experience in anything. So ask us anything you want. We'll bring you up. You can ask us. It could be relationship. It could be how to fix your washing machine. It could be sincere. It could be funny, whatever you want. So let's go to the audience. Raise your hands. Caitlin will bring you up. Let's do this.
Perfect. Let's see. Not everyone raised their hands at once. Bueller.
People are now you're nervous. You guys have been cackling this whole time. Now you got nothing to say.
Hey, what's up, guys?
There we go.
It's Christian and Negar. Look, now you can see us.
Hey, what's up, guys? Oh, is that Negar? Is that Negar?
Yeah.
Right here, you guys.
What's up, my Negar?
Yeah, man. I just wanted to ask for you guys. I know, Maz, you're not dating any Persian. You're dating an Indian. What I'm saying is, if you guys dated a Persian girl, what would you do to make her happy?
Christian, just kill yourself. It's actually easier to do that than make a Persian girl happy.
Now she's happy already, but I'm just saying on your
yeah, of course. Look,
is she happy? Blink twice if you're okay, honey. Do you need to be rescued? Doesn't it, the way they're sitting, doesn't it look like one of those like terrorist tape videos where he's about to tell them his demands?
It really does. Your lighting is very El Chapo.
I don't know what it is.
Well, yeah, it is. And then also,
I don't know.
Yeah, I can see this being a thing. This is a thing.
And why are you wearing your little brother's shirt? It's a little tight, I think.
Oh, me?
Good. Hey, show the muscles, Christian. Show those
Oh,
muscles. Good
shit.
for you, bro.
What are you, an Indian bodybuilder?
Yo.
No, I'm Dominican, bro.
Dominican.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dominican.
Same thing.
shit. Look
Same
at
We're the
that.
Caribbean, Papa.
So, are you guys married? Dominican and Iran? Are you guys
We're
married?
engaged. We're engaged.
Oh, I
Oh,
love
congratulations.
Oh, congratulations,
Holy
man. That's
moly.
The next
beautiful.
thing is
I
the
like her.
beaver.
I like her glasses.
That's actually the way to make a Persian woman happy is you marry her, and then she'll
The
be
next thing is the
miserable
beaver, bro. I'm
afterwards.
telling
Yeah,
you, we're gonna
that's
get friends like
that's what you have to start.
Bro, what's
Yeah.
what's a good Dominican dish? Like, what's a good Dominican like?
well, it's more like seafood, more like just rice with beans and chicken, stuff like. It's very simple, but we have our
It's
own
delicious.
little
I love
spices.
wait.
Dominican
I
Republic.
don't like how he said that with an attitude. You know, you hear how he said it.
What do you say?
You know, he was all like, yeah, you know, it's
I'm
beans
okay.
and rice and like, you know, fish and, you know, chicken. It's like, what do you sound like you want something else. What do you really want?
Nah, like I like flavors like tahdig.
Oh, that's how they got you. That's why she's happy. She's made you Persian, buddy.
Eric,
I knew you couldn't stay Dominican and married. No.
Eric.
She's Persianified you. That's what they do. They assimilate you.
Tahdig,
You have
Eric,
to
is
see
where
my
you-
rug right now.
Tahdig is where you burn the bottom of the rice,
Uh-huh.
and then you
Everything's Persian in my
oh,
house
it's
now.
awesome. Oh, you got all kinds of Persian stuff.
You know what? Persians are so smart that somebody burnt the food one day
Yes.
and then was like, you
Persian-
know what? This is
Persian
actually
wife.
a dish.
No, not a dish, a delicacy. Not just a dish.
You know,
She said
somebody
this.
was in the kitchen like
Yes.
sleeping and burnt the stuff, and somebody was
100%.
like, "What is this?" You know.
Well, listen, Christian.
Delicacy.
Christian-
You've never heard of tahdig?
Christian, I'm happy that you have Persian rugs and Persian pillows because when I'm in New York City walking the streets, all I see are Dominican and Puerto Rican dudes going up and down
Exactly,
with their
yeah.
flags
I'm
on the back of their
trying to-
bicycles. So
I'm trying to change it up. We have loud music. We have a lot of dancing. We have the whole 9 yards. But like, I calm down a lot because of this one right here, man.
I love it, bro. I love it.
Controlled
Welcome,
it, you know.
welcome to the culture, bro. Welcome to the
Thank you,
culture.
buddy.
That's
Thank
what
you.
they do. That's what they do, Christian. They assimilate you. It's like the Borg. Resistance is futile.
Yeah.
They bring you in. That's why you thought you were going to create a Dominican Iranian. No, you're just now Iranian Republic. That's how that
it.
works.
And she's making.
That is-
She's not forcing me.
And
but
she
I'm
makes you
letting
think that the
her-
Republic is the Dominican Republic, but no, it's just the Iranian Republic, bro. This is how it works.
The Islamic Dominican Republic
Of Iran.
No, man. Hey, thanks for coming on. Thanks for coming on, guys. Stay
Always,
safe.
man. I'm always gonna come to your show.
We love you. Who's next? Who's next?
Thank you so much.
Oh, look, that's Andrew Dice Clay right there. Guys, these by the way, they've got all these things around the club, which are
These
the
are real
names.
backgrounds. This is a real background, by the way.
These are the names of the people that were stars that built this club. So you got Andrew Dice Clay, Sam Kinison, Yakov Smirnov,
Wow.
and the newest one is Joe Rogan. It's back there.
Yeah, I
Joe
see that.
Rogan.
I love that.
Yeah, so all the other ones are from like the 80s, but you got Joe Rogan right there. And now we've got Theresa on here. What's up, Theresa?
I was just wondering if I'll ever see my fiance again. He's in Karaj.
Oh shit, he's stuck in Iran.
Yeah.
Is this 90 Day Fiance and you're like punking
I
us right now?
wish.
Is he in Karaj? He's in Karaj and you're like, oh, I've never met him, but he loves me. Is that what's going on? Teresa, I
No,
get it.
actually, we've met. We've known each other for a long time.
So he went back during the pandemic, or what happened?
No, he got
Deported.
Are you the mom from Not Without My Daughter? Just tell us the
No.
truth. We're here.
No,
like,
no,
is this
we're-
like
we're
30 years
both
later?
old.
Okay. 30 years
We're-
later,
we're
Mark,
an
wait a
old
minute.
you're Sally
couple.
Fields?
Wait a minute, Theresa. They deported him. They deported him.
Well, no, actually, his visa ran out, and we went through all the stuff, and he couldn't get it extended, so he went back, not knowing. This was like a
Theresa,
year and
what
a
are you
half ago.
doing? What are you doing watching our show? You should be on the phone with an immigration lawyer. What are you doing? She's asking us. She's like, "Can you help get this guy out from Karaj?"
Smart. Teresa, we've all heard this story. We've
I'm
all heard the
saving
story.
up for a Black Hawk.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say a black man. I was
No,
like,
no, I already had one of those.
oh, okay, Teresa.
Teresa, have him go to Canada, but then they won't let you in.
Yeah. Canada won't take him either.
Erik, can you help get her fiance in from Iran? Any advice?
I'm speechless right now. I don't know what to. Now wait a minute. My one question though is that was he really deported or is he just? Did he just,
No.
did he just take off? Was he like,
No,
maybe I was deported?
No, I need this. Listen, I give you $1,000. I give you back $2,000. You give me $1,000.
He had to go
I give
home
you
to
back
his
to my son
harem.
Nima needs some money.
Oh my God.
So you're not a jealous person. You're good. You trust him.
Me?
Yeah.
No.
You don't trust him.
No, I do. No,
Listen,
his
Theresa,
sister-
listen, Theresa, coronavirus is insurance for long distance relationships. Because if any bastard dares go out and cheat, he's going to get the coronavirus. He'll be like, you motherfucker, you slept with somebody else. You got it from somebody else.
I like how
so you got insurance.
I like how Maz is only worried about the coronavirus, not herpes, syphilis, AIDS,
But honestly,
gonorrhea.
everything you just said is curable. Everything you said is curable. Herpes is 50-50. Everything's curable. Ask Magic Johnson. Corona, we have no cure for it, and that's why.
Right.
That's
Theresa,
why.
thank you.
Wait. More people are living with herpes and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but they're living,
Then
Eric.
people-
That's the thing. They're living.
Speaking of herpes,
Look at the percentages.
Wait. Speaking of herpes, I would be remiss if I did not bring up the late great Freddie Soto, Mexican American, one of the funniest guys ever. Was a regular at the Comedy Store. He used to perform on that stage, and he did one of the funniest bits because he used to do his dad, and his dad had a thick Mexican accent, and he was always on Freddie's case. So it'd be like, "Hey, pendejo," and then he goes, "My dad called me one time. He goes, your Uncle Gary, he got herpes." He goes, "Uncle Gary got herpes?" He goes, "Yeah, herpes." He's like, "Is he okay?" He goes, "Why wouldn't he be okay? He got herpes, like a herpes." One of my favorite jokes Freddie Soto used to do.
I can see why that would be one of your favorite jokes, Maz.
Now do it as Trump doing a Freddie Soto.
His herpes is tremendous. He's got tremendous herpes. I've got the best herpes. We have the best herpes. We have the best herpes. Our herpes are better than European herpes, and better than Chinese herpes. The whatever. Theresa, thank you for coming on. Who else has a question? Who else got questions? We're here to give you advice. Kimia, are you asking a question?
No.
Okay, your name just came up. All right, who else has a question? Anybody else?
Why'd she say it like that with that sexy picture too?
Kimia is awesome. She's a friend of ours. She's been on and asked several questions. Kimia's like, I've asked enough questions, goddamn. Who else? Any other questions?
We have Negeen.
Negeen, where are you, Negeen?
Yeah, I can't show my video. I'm in PJs.
You know what, Negeen? Yes, you can. Negeen,
reveal yourself, girl.
Negeen.
Reveal yourself.
No.
Negeen, please.
I actually wanted to ask a question of you guys.
Ranias have so many.
Yeah, it's so many you have to go, what? What'd you say?
Very close. Very close.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Negeen.
I wanted to know what you guys learned about yourselves during quarantine.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's some deep shit.
I'm a therapist. I got to go deep.
Hey.
Tehran, what'd you learn? What'd you learn about
I'll
yourself?
tell you what I've learned about myself. I've learned multiple things. The first thing I've learned about myself is that I have abilities that I never realized that I had. My first ability that I have is I have the ability to buy a movie from Amazon that's free the next day. Literally, whatever movie I buy is for free. They post it for free. I bought Just Mercy, and nobody, even Michael B. Jordan, didn't buy Just Mercy. I bought it and it was free the next day. I also stubbed my toe on multiple things. Now that I'm home all the time, I've learned that I can stub my toe. I stubbed my toe on a table in my living room. I don't have a table in my living room. I don't know what I'm stubbing my toe on, but I stubbed my toe. And finally, that I not only order an abundance of things offline from China, but I order an abundance of things in the wrong size. No matter what I order, what size from China, it's always either 2 sizes too small or 5 sizes too big or vice versa. Never the right size. I even bought all the sizes of one item and they still did not fit. So that is what I've learned about
We're
me.
learning that Tehran should be living with his parents because he can't buy his right size clothes.
Yo.
He doesn't know where his furniture is.
Real.
And he orders stuff when it's going to be free the next day.
Yeah.
Tehran, go home.
I know, bro. Go home. You sound like my dad.
Eric, what have you learned about yourself during lockdown?
I learned that, that how important my career was to me, how important doing comedy was. And I felt purposeless for a little while. And so I was filling that up with, I started to cook. you know. So I was cooking all the time now. I cook for my girl, you know. It just made me realize, I was like, you know, you have to figure out who you are, what's important to you, and you also have to fill your life with other things. You need hobbies. You need, you know, you have to be multi-layered.
Yes.
And I've learned that about myself now, and I'm trying to find other things. So it's not just, I'm just a comic and I go to the comedy store every night. I realize if that's taken away, what are you? Who are you? And it's all, you know, it becomes about who you are as a person and your belief system and, like, you know, your morals and your values and how you project that. So I'm learning a lot about, like, how to be a more well-rounded human being.
Wow.
Great answer. Tehran yad begir.
The one I learned, I don't want kids. How about that? That's something I learned about me.
And apparently a therapist either.
You know what I learned?
Negeen's a therapist.
I know what I'm saying. You've learned that you don't want a therapist.
Listen, I love that, Eric. I love that. You're right. It's amazing because we learned that, like, we learned to slow down. And I learned that this is like the longest summer ever. It started in March and it's gonna go till who knows when. And here's the thing I learned.
The video is frozen up there. I can see Miles talking here.
You can see me talking or you can't?
That's
Am I good? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, that's your individual internet, buddy.
I
Pay the bill.
Yeah, dude, get off your Taco Bell internet.
I've learned about bad internet. Listen, I've learned that 2020 should be a wash. So, like, all of it, I'm 48. So when 2021 comes around, I should still be 48.
That's what I said. Exactly.
We should get one more year. You know what I'm saying?
Do-over?
Yeah, Negeen.
No taxes.
But what does your ovaries say?
My ovaries? I don't have ovaries.
Not yours.
Oh, Negeen's ovaries.
Tehran's yadi darihat.
Too true.
Okay, I
Too
think
soon.
Tehran and Negeen have a relationship happening on the show right now, ladies.
Yeah,
Negeen is one of my very good friends. Negeen is one of my very good friends, and she's a therapist. She's very acclaimed. She's openly looking for a wonderful husband, and hopefully we can find her one on the show. Christian, do you have any friends that could go?
Not with that therapist attitude, though.
You know what else I learned? You know what else I learned? I learned that tennis, golf, and surfing are great social distancing sports. So all the, like, white sports are very good for social distancing.
That's a great point, Moz.
Yeah.
That's actually an amazing. What if this was like the Glory Boys and Right Wing's attempt to keep, because no one took it seriously in the Black community until the NBA was canceled. And I played basketball at Poinsettia, and we unlocked the rims, and we were playing with our mask, but we were still playing. And then the other day at 8 a.m., they came and took all the rims. The city removed the rims. But the dog park and the baseball field and the little soccer, the little golf thing, all those are still open.
Well, baseball.
The tennis.
I don't see baseball lasting. I think they're gonna shut it down.
Oh yeah.
Too many.
Wow.
You know, the NBA is the only one that's really gonna, like,
Be okay.
work. Yeah, hockey, those kinds of sports. We'll see.
Listen, guys, I'm going to take a couple more questions if we have any more. I want to thank you all for coming tonight. Remember, maryslist.org. Go ahead and donate a little bit to Mary's List. Also, Erik is at Erik Griffin with a K on Instagram. He's my man. He's super funny. Follow him. Tehran is at I Am Tehran. You know the man. I'm at Maz Jobrani. You know me. Follow me. I've been trying to be more active on Instagram and all that stuff. I'll keep going, keep doing it. Trying to do a Patreon. I don't know if I'm going to do this or not. We'll see what happens. Who else? Here we go. I should do a Patreon? Is that what you're saying? Oh, the ladies are saying do Patreon.
I should do an OnlyFans.
Look at this. These people are saying do Patreon. All right, I will do
an
OnlyFans. All right, I'm doing Patreon. I actually posted a video on Patreon. Daughter, 9-year-old, she came up to me. She goes, "Look what I can do," and she started doing this, like, one person playing Merry Christmas. She goes, my daughter, 9 years old, she starts going.
She beatboxed Merry Christmas.
She beatboxed it. I was like, that's going on my Patreon. So I will have a Patreon, and I'll have my kids work for me. Very
smart.
Now do Trump doing your daughter. Doing the
beatbox.
Not like that. I didn't say that right.
Beatbox. Here we go. My beatbox is tremendous. My daughter does a tremendous beatbox.
Only Tehran got that one.
I just spit all over this microphone. It's got tremendous germs.
It's the best spit.
The best spit. It's got the best tremendous. This spit, the coronavirus on this microphone is tremendous. It's tremendous. That's all you got to do for Trump. Just say tremendous. Look at, I got these guys out here. Look at these poor guys. They came for a snack and they got to watch me. Can you show this, Caitlin? Where'd Mike go? Mike keeps. Oh, there he is. Mike, can you show these guys out there?
Poor Mike has been here the whole time ever since.
I just want to show. Here we go. Look at these. Can you guys see Mike? Can you show these people out there? They're tremendous. They're tremendous. They're here. They're tremendous. Hair right there.
Whoa.
There's some other people that are all very tremendous. Huh? Oh, she's getting naked. Hey, sit back down. What the heck? Put on some pants, goddammit.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Get those booty shorts, girl.
I got guys over here. She was showing her legs.
Looking at the girl. That's what they're doing.
It's all good. All right. Any other questions? Oh, we got right here. We got Jerry's on here. Hey, Jerry, you made it. How are you, buddy?
Hey, Maz, good. How are you doing?
Good. Thanks for coming. These guys are super sweet.
Hey,
They were saying
Ron,
they might
Erik,
not
how you
be able to
guys
make it
doing?
Hi,
today.
Jerry.
Hey.
How
Got a
come
question for you, though.
yes.
I'm sitting here next to my my Persian wife of the last couple of years. This is
41.
41. Okay.
41.
That's what you have to look forward to, Christian. You say something as a she's
This is now-
corrected.
this is-
41, I kid you.
This is Persian matchmaking.
But you gotta help me out here, Maz. She's been saying something to me that says it's a very endearing, loving Persian term. She's constantly saying Miko Shamet.
Yes.
Tehran, what does it mean? Tell us.
Miko Shamet is a term of endearment. It's also used in correlation to other words like Khar Olah, Ahmad Bishur. You use them together. Miko Shamet, Khar Olah, Miko Shamet, Ahmad Bishur. It's usually followed up with something. It's like a topping on rice, right? So it's not just the rice. Miko Shamet is just the beginning. It's the foundation. You got to add a little more flavor. You got to add a little more khoresh, a little flavor. Miko Shamet means, because if you translate this in English, you might go to jail. Miko Shamet means I love you very much.
So for the non-Persian speakers, Miko Shamet actually means I will kill you.
Theoretically, allegedly.
Now-
Allegedly.
But what's great is that that's like, that's part. Listen, you got to get that out of the way early. Like I think like wedding night, that's wedding night. Like after the wedding, after you say I do, I think your bride looks you in the eyes and goes Miko Shamet, meaning if you dare do some crazy shit, I'm gonna kill you. Teresa, did you understand that? Teresa, when your fiance was leaving to go to Iran, you had to look him in the eye and go, Miko Shamet. You son of a bitch. You try some shit in Iran, I know what you're up to. You know what I'm saying? Jerry, you guys are fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the show.
I love Caitlin cuss people out. People are like, thank you for that. Get out of here.
It's like the radio. It's like the radio.
Anybody else? Anyone else got any questions that we can address?
Shout out to Caitlin, by the way, holding it
Shout out
down.
to-
Mike, Caitlin, all these guys.
It's like the Academy Awards. I'm going to cut you off.
Caitlin Gleason is our tech person. Mike Schmidt over here, also tech, doing tech through the Comedy Store.
And Caitlin does it for our podcast as well. Back to School with Maz Jobrani. If you haven't checked out Back to School with Maz Jobrani, you're actually missing out because we have amazing interviews with actual academics. So this isn't our opinions. These are facts. People who come on and tell us about not only their lives, their loves, their passions, but also about the work that they do in society. We have experts, whether it's race, religion, physics, NASA, whatever it is. We've had amazing experts. And our next guest is possibly going to be Stella Emanuel. So you might want to check us out. We have a lot of experts.
Yeah, and she's going to bring some reptile sperm with her to talk about. So it's going to be very interesting. No, it's you're absolutely right. Guys, if you don't subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, all the other stuff. Back to School with Maz Jobrani. Who else we got here? Who else? Someone
I'm on here, but I don't want to start my video like Negeen, so if it's okay.
Who is it? What's your name?
Kimia.
It's Kimia, but we have Raphael Macho for he's posted.
Is Raphael next?
Yeah,
Who's
Raphael is not posted.
Is Raphael next?
He's at.
Actually, it's my wife, Persian wife.
Oh, how are you guys?
Let's see.
So, Raphael, what's your background? They froze. They're in Cuba.
I'm in trouble. I have a Spanish name, but I'm from Switzerland, and my father is from Spain. Everyone thinks I'm Latino, but I don't speak very well Spanish. I have a French accent, so yeah.
Oh
I'm
shit! You're a Spaniard with a French accent.
Does your skin know you're Spaniard? Because
That's
your skin
messed
doesn't
up.
know you're Spaniard either. Like your skin knows your accent, but doesn't know your cultural ethnic background.
No, I'm from Switzerland. Switzerland.
Switzerland, not even French, bro. Swiss.
Yeah, but he has 2 Spaniard parents. His skin shouldn't know that he's from Switzerland, Maz.
True
If
that.
I was born in Japan, I'd still look like this.
And he's named after Ralph Macchio. Go ahead, Ralph. What's your question?
I have a question. You mentioned your 9-year-old daughter, and you always have funny jokes about your kids. How did they do with their remote schooling?
Well, it looks like your son is trying to do remote schooling behind you.
That's why he came, because they asked the question for him. They're like, get over here, Pidarsek, listen to these.
What's your child's name?
Some tips.
What's your child's name?
Nicolas.
Oh, he just
Nicolas. Listen, Nicolas. Listen, Nicolas, I'm going to give you some advice. Your mother wanted me to talk to you about homeschooling. Nicolas, play as much video games as you want. Nobody cares. Just do it. This is the best time of your life, Nicolas. No school schmool. Doesn't mean anything, Nicolas. Play the lottery when you're older. You'll be fine. Erik, you got advice for Nicolas? Eric's a gamer, actually.
Yes, you can actually catch me on Erik Griffin Gaming daily on Twitch. Erik Griffin
Oh, wow.
Gaming. Yeah, I'm on Twitch daily. You know, I'm paying the bills with it, so you can pay the bills too, Nicholas. Did you see that one kid that won like $1 million
$1 million,
or something?
16-year-old.
Yeah, 16-year-old won $1 million. So you better get to work in there, Nick.
Nicholas,
I like how this is some sort of like mixed race marriage support group. It's like all these guys are coming on. Hi, yeah, I've been married to my Persian wife for like 13 years.
How do I survive?
How do I do this? And
meanwhile, I'm married to an Indian. I don't know how you deal with an Iranian.
No.
But there's probably some Indian support place you can call to find out.
That's right. Listen, you know what I did? I'll be honest with you guys. Rafael, I'll be honest with you guys. Definitely, it's hard as a parent with all the screen time. Make sure you guys get some bicycles. You go out for bike rides. Make sure you get them out as much as you can. A little bit of tennis, golf, surfing, you know, the white sports. And with that, you'll combine it with the online learning and it'll be good. And in the meantime, who knows? Trump might make him go back to school anyway. It's going to be tremendous. The kids barely get any kind of corona. What did he say? Kids don't get corona. I mean, they get it, but it's tremendous.
It's tremendous. It's okay. They get it.
They get the best corona. Kids get the best, most tremendous
It's
corona.
the best corona. I give them the best.
Guys, thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Who else we
Good
got?
luck.
Who
Hey,
else?
it's better than going to actual school, bro. Good luck.
And
Yeah,
good,
Nicholas,
good
listen.
luck with the rest of your marriage.
Bro, I've learned everything on YouTube. I learned how to cut my kids' hair on YouTube. I learned how to sew. You
By the
don't
way,
need-
both of them have the worst haircuts right now. They're walking around. Thank goodness they stay home. Maz. They look like Maz. They both look like Maz haircut.
who else? Who
Cuts
else
his
do we
own hair.
have on here?
Kimia.
Kimia, what's up, girl?
Kimia.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello. Okay, so
By the way, before she starts, I want to give a shout out to Kimia because she is a social worker, and we were talking about social workers earlier. She does great work over there at Kaiser and is one of the supports for the community. So amazing to Kimia.
True that. True that. Fun Kimia.
fun Kimia at Kaiser, sure. So I've asked this question before, but since we've like been a little bit through COVID season and we're all the way in August now, what are your self-care techniques? Because I know in the beginning we were doing a lot of stuff, but now it's a little different vibe. So what are your guys' self-care techniques now that we're already like deep in Corona?
Yeah, Ron, how you taking care of yourself?
Honestly, I've never been a big take care of myself person, so nothing has changed. Quarantine hasn't really affected my life so much. It hasn't really affected, except that I don't get to do comedy as much as I usually like to. But I eat. Maz knows I eat crap.
Tehran has the worst
I don't
diet.
sleep.
Tehran
sleep.
is like in great shape. He looks great. Tehran looks great. He eats Skittles. It's the weirdest shit in the world. I was on the road with Tehran. I was like, hey man, let's go get a salad. He's like, can I bring my own food? I go, sure. He shows up with Snickers, Skittles, and Twinkies. I didn't even know Twinkies was in business anymore.
I love Twinkies. I love Twinkies.
What the hell is this guy doing? And now he's on lockdown doing this shit? What is wrong with you?
Love it.
Erik, how you been taking care of yourself?
Well, I think it's just similar to like what I was talking about before. It's like, I go on walks. I've been eating way healthier just because I'm not eating out as much, So like I'm down 25 pounds. I stopped, like I know what you're saying about getting auditions, but like I grow this I got the beard fuzz going on right now. So I've just kept it. I've just, it's gray. This is my new look. I've just,
distinguished.
Yeah, I've just been just getting to know myself better. That's my self-care right now.
Isn't it great? I really think take the time to get you. Like I've been doing, like I'll try to run one day, and then I'll go play tennis the other day, and then I'll walk. Blah blah blah. I did, like I said, I dyed this just recently because of this audition. But I'll tell you, I love the gray. But it's funny because as Tehran was saying, especially on social media, people have opinions. They're like, Maz, you need to get rid of the gray. I'm very upset about your gray. I'm like, why are you upset about my gray? You know what I get upset about? When you look down and down there it's gray, you're like, shit, you too? You're like, you're going to do this too? You're getting old? That's the one place I think you should die.
I just shave.
You should die.
Definitely dye your pubes. Guys, do you hear me? These guys are out there listening to advice. Guys, dye your pubes. It's tremendous. You get tremendous pubes. I got the best pubes. They're all tremendous.
Oh my God.
No, just exercise. Exercise, take care of yourself. Let's take 2 more questions and then we'll call it a night. We've been on here for a little, almost 2 hours. Once again, I just want to do a shout out to everybody who came on tonight. Thank you all for coming on. We'll keep doing this every couple. Hey, these guys are outside having a good time. I love these guys. Look, thank you guys for coming out. We'll do this like every couple of weeks. We'll keep doing this. We're here. As long as we're on lockdown, we're here. I got nowhere to go. These guys got nowhere to go.
We have a quick one. We have a quick one, Maz. Is Azizam okay?
Azizam, that's the guy in that's the guy in Karaj, right? That was Theresa asking.
Exactly.
Theresa, I love Theresa. Poor Theresa is really concerned about her fiance. Theresa, I talked to your fiance yesterday, and not only is he okay, but he has 3 other wives. Don't worry about it.
And he calls all of them Azizam. It just depends on who he calls Azizam.
He's allowed 4.
He for sure has another family. There's no way he doesn't have another family.
Theresa, tonight you want to watch Not Without My Daughter. I think that'll put you in a good
I'll tell you what you need to watch is 90 Day Fiance The Other Way.
It's just the other one.
No, Teresa, he's fine. He's going to be fine.
He's great. He's coming back. He's been waiting for you. He calls you Azizam. You know what I'm saying? Do we call everyone Azizam? Yeah, kind of, but it doesn't matter, Teresa. It's how you say it. Not when you say it. It's how you say it. It's like Azizam.
Azizam,
So
by the way, Erik, Azizam means my dear. That's a
yeah, like
beautiful
my
term.
dear. It's like
Azizam.
Azizam. It's like, yo, I care. It's like, oh, Azizam. Like, yo, I don't really care about you. You know what I'm saying? It depends. If it's long, we love. If it's short, we shade.
Maybe he's calling her going, how's your life? He goes, as is. As is,
Unless he forgot your name and he just calls you.
We're going to call that one a swing and a miss, Maz.
That was a swing and a miss.
I thought you working it out in your head. You were like, that one.
Where's that going?
Oh, Negeen with the Aziza Delam. Okay, Negeen.
Well, it looks like we're out of questions. You guys, I appreciate everybody coming on tonight. We are now at almost 9 o'clock. We went from 7 to now almost 9, 2 hours. Thank you so much. We'll be here with you all the time. Follow us. That guy's watching Holy Moly Donut Shops. Hey, buddy, what's up? Tremendous. The most tremendous movie ever. The most tremendous character in a movie ever.
Wasn't it a TV show?
No, Holy Moly was Friday afternoon.
Friday, bro. Friday.
Oh, my credits.
No, I'm sorry.
I'm just
I think you said donut shop though.
Holy Moly Donut. Listen, yeah, I was in Friday After Next. I played Moly. I owned Holy Moly Donut Shop.
Oh.
Then years later, I'm on the TV show Superior Donuts.
Oh, Superior Donuts. That's what it was called.
Shop. So my whole life is supposed to be somehow around a donut.
You look great, bro.
Yeah, you do.
You're in great shape, donut guy.
For 48, you're looking good.
Yeah.
For 48, I'm all right.
You look great.
I'm saying 48 till 2022 because this 2020, this shit don't count.
They don't count.
2020 don't count, people. Everybody, you got in a year. Do whatever you want. Don't pay your taxes. I'm saying it. Maz is right here telling you, don't pay your taxes. Nobody aged this year. If your wife left you, she didn't really leave you. Just be in denial. Send her Chewbacca messages.
I want to thank Michael B, Negeen Moussavian, who has been showing a lot of love. Michael B, who says, thanks, great show. Of course, Kimia and Negeen for participating. Theresa, Christian, and Negar for being here every day. And of course, SSR, but most importantly, Donald Trump, who's on our chat every single time.
Donald. Thank you for tuning in. You're tremendous. I want to thank Tehran once again. Tea Time at I Am Tehran. Erik Griffin at Erik Griffin. And I want to thank the Comedy Store at Comedy Store. Come have a drink on their patio, you guys. Let's keep them alive. Let's keep them going. These guys are doing it, helping the economy right there. Tremendous, tremendous. Mike Schmidt on the tech. I got Caitlin Gleason on the tech. I want to thank Richie Taylor. I want to thank Erik at the Comedy Store. I want to thank everybody at the Comedy Store. I want to thank these people out here watching us. Thank you very much. And for every out-of-work actor who ran by with their shirt off during the show, thank you very much. Let's keep hope alive. I'm Maz Jobrani. That's been Maz in the house. Good night. Look at these guys are clapping. That's amazing. Oh, that's awesome, man.